the news. Talking heads, broadcast messages, press releases. They're telling you their side, but you just want the facts. And that's why you come to me. I give you the statistics without spin. Out of 116 million working age Nigerians, 35.5 million are employed full-time. That's 30%. I give you the context. I give you the history. I fight fake news with facts.
Kayode. No, Kayode, I will let you talk. Kayode, I will let you talk if you let me talk. Kayode.
That's why more and more Lagosians are tuning in.
500,000 Lagosians.
720,000.
970,000.
Over 1 million Lagosians, they know that if you give me your afternoon, I will give you hard facts.
Well done, Sandra, all to going beyond the headlines and focusing on the facts.
I am Sandra Ezekwesili, and these are your hard facts.
Hello, Lagos. Good afternoon. I am Sandra Ezekwesili, and these are your hard facts. First hard fact of the day: FHA is not selling any houses in Festac. The Federal Housing Authority wants you to know that any adverts you see in their name about houses for sale in Festac are fraudulent. Buyer beware. 1 million Lagosians cannot be wrong. If you tuned in today for the first time, you're listening alongside 1 million Lagosians. Now, of course, if you witness a story or a news event that you want Lagos to know about, please call our newsroom on 01465 7175. 01465 7175. That takes you directly to the newsroom. It's not the studio, the newsroom. I have a great show for you today, starting with the big three. Let's talk about Hausa leaders in Lagos appealing against the Okada ban. And then let's talk about the man who turned in the accountant general. Oh, yes. And then we'll talk about the army facing off with protesting students. After the big three, the last I Beg to Differ quarterfinal will take the air. I've got Esther Bewaji and David Chukwuemeka Edwards on air today discussing big subjects. Don't miss it, 4 o'clock. On today's Big Hard Fact, I'm interviewing Tain Jack Rich. Tain Jack Rich is an APC presidential aspirant. Don't miss that interview either. Expect news, business, and sports at the top of the hour every hour. We're streaming live on Facebook. Don't miss it. We stream all our content live on Facebook. Facebook is Nigeria Info 99.3. YouTube, Nigeria Info FM. Let's get started with the big three. I'm Sandra Ezekwesili, Lagos. These are your hard facts.
This is the big three.
The big three
on Hard Facts on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
Can an Okada ban work in Lagos? How much active public support is there for fighting corruption? Is the army escalating tensions at student protests? Those are the big three. Lagos, let's talk. Lagos has started enforcing the Okada ban in 6 local government areas. That's our first story. We've had several Okada bans in the past. You know this. They haven't worked. You know this as well. In fact, technically, there's still an ongoing Okada restriction in much of the state, including the local government areas listed for this new one. I was having that conversation with my Bolt driver yesterday on the way home. But there's this question around, these previous bans, why have they all failed? This one, will it be any different? If you ask Abiodun Alabi, the police commissioner, he says it comes down to strategy and tactics. He says this time the police are better prepared. He said, quote, "There's a plan for a kind of mobile court where offenders can be tried. Wherever you are arrested, whether you are the rider or the passenger, you will be charged expressly. Over time, people have been enforcing it, but they did not do it in a holistic manner. We're going to look into the intensity of the enforcement and also change our strategies and tactics. We will ensure that this law is enforced to the latter." End quote. I wonder if they had seen Fayose that time he came to Lagos and had to enter Okada to the airport. It would have caught him as well, because he's no longer a governor. which means now he's open to prosecution. So would the law have caught fire here as well? Anyways, yesterday we talked about this ban just a little bit. And we talked about the language that the Lagos State Task Force was using to describe Okada riders as a group, as a profession. They were saying that most of the riders are non-Nigerians who are here to commit crimes. We talked about this on Monday, I believe it was. Now, the CP is saying something similar. The CP said, quote, most of the Okada riders are criminals. We have arrested a lot of them with locally made pistols in the course of their operation. Most of them have been charged to court. Most of them are using Okada as a kind of disguise, and that's why we have been having discussions with their unions. The best way out is to flush them out of our society. Most of them are masquerading as criminals, end quote. Words straight from the mouth of the Commissioner of Police. Now, I'm very curious to hear what you think about the use of the word most in that quote. See, I English is something that means a lot to me because the words can be precise sometimes, and when you say most, that means something. If you listen to me a lot, you know that I'm always saying that words mean things. So I want to hear what you think about the use of the word most in that quote. Most Okada riders are criminals. That's what the CP said. There are, of course, thousands of Okada riders in Lagos. Most means majority of Okada riders. Do you believe that more than half of them are criminals? More than half of the people riding Okada, do you believe that they are criminals and that they are using Okada as a cover? And if you think that the CP is right, if you believe that most of them are criminals, is banning Okada in 6 local government areas enough? You have the CP in the same breath saying that they're working with the Okada unions to flush out the criminal members. If most Okada riders are criminals, as alleged, won't the criminals be the ones running the unions? What I'm asking is, does this blanket condemnation of Okada riders as criminals make sense? Or is it an easy way to take high-handed action without actually doing the work that needs to be done to regulate an activity? 0700-993-993 0700-993-993 We are, by the way, streaming on Facebook. Facebook is Nigeria Info 99.3. WhatsApp Nigeria. Well, WhatsApp is 080-959-75805. YouTube is Nigeria Info FM. Meanwhile, various leaders of the Hausa community in Lagos are asking for a reversal of the ban. They say it affects many of their law-abiding members. They're asking instead for better regulation of the profession. Saliu Waziri is a community leader in Obalende, and he said, quote, "This issue has taken us a long time, and we've been trying to put our members on the line. I want to advise the government to rethink its decision because Lagos cannot operate without bikes because of traffic. Government should register Okada riders in each local government to know those working in any local government. By doing so, the government will know who to pick when any issue arises," end quote. It's almost like the Seriki Hausa or Balende listened to the big three when we talked about this. But Hausa community leaders also seem to be telling Governor Sanwo-Olu that his decision on Okadas could affect their decision at the polls. Waziri also said, quote, "Some of our members stay here in Lagos and vote during elections. That should count for something because we contribute to votes during elections. The government should change the system of Okada riders, not stopping them," end quote. And the Sariki Hausa in Ajah agrees. Ibrahim Ngoma, he said, quote, Truth be told, Governor Sanwo-Olu has been understanding with Okada people, unlike Governor Fashola. Okada members should obey the law, while I appeal to the Governor Sanwo-Olu to look into the matter and lift the ban before the election, because the ban is affecting my people. End quote. And there are lots of messages like that, a lot more messages like this from different community leaders across the state. They're all saying that they understand the government wanting to crack down on crime, but it can be done without banning Okadas. If government registers and regulates Okada people better, we could curb the crime problem. And they're all saying that their people vote in large numbers. Aibo. I've been watching Real Housewives of Durban, so I've been picking up some South African slangs. I want to know what you think about this, Lagos. Also, tell me if you think the police and the state government have the resources to set up enough mobile courts to enforce this ban. 0700-993-993-993. We're streaming live on Facebook. Facebook is Nigeria Info 99.3. We're also streaming on YouTube, Nigeria Info FM. I want to hear your thoughts. If you're abroad, call us via Skype. Only if you're abroad. Skype is Nigeria Info FM. Skype, Nigeria Info FM. Let's talk. Hello. Thanks for calling us.
Hello, Sandra. Good evening.
Good evening. What's your name, ma'am?
My name is Ngozi. I'm calling from Switzerland.
Welcome. Go ahead.
Thank you. Sandra, it's so pathetic that we as a people, a country we called one, each time we have issues in this country, some people tend to personalize it. The Sariki, those Sariki you just mentioned, why are they always using the word my people? My people. Secondly, where were they when these Okada riders form a group, form a clique, and bomb people and destroy properties? Where were they? Have I ever had any of them comment or come out openly to condemn either of these actions by these Okada guys? Secondly, Sandra, these people they are calling my...
Hello, Ngozi? Hello? All right, looks like we lost the connection to her, but thank you very much for calling. 99.3.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
My name is Oluwatosin. I'm calling from Bagada.
Welcome, Oluwatosin. Go ahead.
The issue in this country is not even about you make laws but you don't implement them. That was the problem. The last time they banned Okada people for like a month, some of them relocated to I think Ibadan, another part of the state. But when they see people they are not too serious about it, they came back again. Now you can't when you go to my two, go to Lhasa, things like that, you can't even drive there. The way this bike, the way they even flood, at times when you talk, intentionally when you're driving, they scratch your car intentionally. So please, the government should try and do something about it. Let this be the last time they will be banned. Let them register some bike men. Like I don't know why they sent Okada away and all this OP away from. And this profile these people that are flying on our streets and highways. Let them know them. The rate of crime in Lagos State is just too high. Please, the government needs to do everything about it. Please, thank you.
Thank you very much for calling. We've got Comrade Ikechukwu Inota on the line. Hi.
Hello, good afternoon, ma.
Good afternoon. How are you?
It's Comrade Ikechukwu.
Good to have you on the show. Go ahead.
Auntie, I want to tell you what is happening, isn't it not? Many Okada riders are from outside Nigeria. I want to be highly diplomatic for CP of police said. It's not all Okada that are using guns. But if you see them, arrest them, prosecute them. Now, hold your gas, sanitize, and have meeting with them so that they will be checkmating the escapades and the walk and the paroles of the Okada riders. You cannot just force them like that. But I condemn the killing of that guy. But they have to checkmate them very, very well. If it's at this place, if you see what they will see, not only God go help us. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you for calling us. 99.3, hello.
Hello, good afternoon, Sandra.
Good afternoon. What's your name?
My name is Shari. I'm calling from First Staff.
Welcome. Go ahead.
Yeah, I want to contribute in my own little quarter because I know this is Nigeria. A lot of things doesn't work. So if they are going to ban the Okadas, let them ban the Okadas. If there's going to be a sanitization, let it now come after they have all gone. By that time, they would have actually made a plan, a plan on how they want this to work. Aside that, it's not going to work. This is Nigeria. We are not born yesterday. Oh. That's my own contribution.
All right. Thank you very much for calling. I've got a message on WhatsApp from Bayo. Bayo is in Agungi. Bayo says, Sandra, as a tech bro, I feel the pain of that most. It's the same way they say most people who are in tech or who say they are in tech are doing Yahoo Yahoo. Bayo, thank you very much for your message. Another message here on Facebook from Daniel Idowu, who says, Sandra, government needs to be more decisive in implementing existing laws as regards Okada ban. Let's speak with Samuel in Lagos. Hi, Samuel. All right, Samuel is still talking to the people who are screening the call, so I'll move on to someone else. 99.3.
Hello.
Good to have you on the show. What's your name, ma'am?
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. What's your name?
Joy calling.
Joy, what do you think?
Let them ban the Okada. If they want to bring them back, they will then set up a law. Truly, the bad one inside that Okada rider, they are too much. Any little thing, those people will just bring out their knife. I don't even know why they allow them to be carrying all those things up and down. Why the other tribes, they don't allow them to carry that kind of a thing. A little thing, they will just bring that thing out. Let them ban them and do screaming for them. Register them before they will bring them back. Who don't want to trek, let him trek. For God's sake, all this thing is too much. Thank you.
Thank you, Joy, for calling. Samuel in Lagos is on the line. Hi.
Okay. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Thanks for calling.
Yes, okay. I just want to lend my voice also. The first thing is that, number one, you see, all these things is because the president, I'm sorry to say, I have to blame it on the present government. I'm telling you.
Okay.
They are the one that caused it. Because I've been to Kano of recent time,
Okay.
and en route Kaduna.
Okay.
Ask anybody. I'm on the air now. These Okada people, they are not allowed to ply, the major roads in Kano State, in Kaduna State, even in Borno State.
Okay.
Ask, I'm on high, and I stand to be corrected by anybody listening.
Okay.
So how have we gotten ourselves to this extent that, people from all those areas, being sheltered from all those areas, will come all the way and come and be killing, not only killing, leeching people on the daylight, not in the village. This is the height of it. And for the people that are thinking because of the traffic and things like that, definitely for every change, there must be a sacrifice. So until we as a people are determined to take that sacrifice, definitely we'll find it. And until government stand their ground, for every action, there's going to be a reaction, no. So government should, maybe between now and that 1st of June, they say, they should prepare for any eventuality if truly they want to flush this in. After all, Governor Fashola did it, and he did it very well.
Samuel, thank you very much for calling. I'm seeing now that we have to take a break. We'll take this break. When we're back, Lagos, you and I will move on to our second story. Don't go away.
To I Beg to Differ at nigeriainfo.fm. That is I Beg to Differ at nigeriainfo.fm.
Stay one step ahead with the latest news and trending conversations here on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
Don't tell people you've added weight. Why are you losing weight?
Yeah.
You're eating. No, it's not your business.
That money, the pass is good. That finally.
You should be patient and pray to God that God is going to answer her prayer.
Please, this is not all about prayer. It's not like it's not prayer.
On August 15th, 2021. It was a movement never heard on radio.
The new season is here. We are fired up to bring the frenzy right next to you. Live commentary, games, things to be won, fun, music. Are you ready? We're coming.
We kept our words, transversing the Lagos metropolis. All to bring you 38 bars.
It's called 38 bars for a reason, because there are 38 match weeks, and it means every single week we will be out somewhere.
After 281 days, it's now down to this, the 38th game of the season. On May 22nd, 2022, join Femi and the gang for our final coverage of 38 Bars. Live at Ken's Bar, number 1, Golf Course Estate Road, Lakoe, Lagos Ekpe Expressway. Time 3 p.m. 38 Bars with Femi and the gang, where football meets lifestyle. Ladies and gentlemen, the biggest football fan festival in Nigeria is back. It's Goal Fest 2022. Featuring exhilarating games, food, comedy, live music by some of the best Nigerian music superstars. And you can watch the UEFA Champions League finals on a super huge screen. Goal Fest 2022 will take place on the 28th of May 2022 at the Balmoral Convention Center, Federal Palace Hotel, Amadu Bello Way, VI Lagos. Time 12 noon. Hurry now. Limited tickets available. Get your free tickets now at www.goalfestnigeria.com. Goal Fest 2022 is powered by Football Republic and refreshed by Pepsi.
Many people are in business, but not everyone means business. The people who mean business never say no to money, cash, card, or transfer. These ones grab business opportunities with their full chest. Keep an eye on things that matter, like people, cash flow, and how it all adds up. They do not only know their onions, they know their numbers. They mean business. With Number, you mean business. Visit www.number.com, that is NOMBA, number.com, to get started.
Welcome back to your number one talk, news, and sports station. This is Nigeria Info.
Our second story is a very interesting detail in the arrest of Ahmed Idris, the Accountant General of the Federation. Lagos, I want you to increase your radio volume so you hear this gist. It's serious gist. Let me gist you. As you should know by now, the EFCC arrested Idris a few days ago for allegedly stealing 80 billion naira. Now, the Punch, the newspaper, is claiming that a whistleblower was the one that led the EFCC to the Accountant General. They're quoting a man named Nura Bagudu. Bagudu is claiming that he reported the Accountant General. And why did Bagudu decide that Idris could be corrupt? He says that it was because Idris was trying to have an affair with Bagudu's 16-year-old niece, was offering her money, was offering her houses, was offering her other things. Bagudu said, quote, he told the young lady to go to Abuja and choose any house she wanted and he would buy it for her, end quote. So when the uncle saw, in a bid to protect his niece, he went to the EFCC to say, this public servant is displaying way more money than he should. EFCC, bam, 80 billion naira. Where the man don't divert. Now this is remarkable. It is remarkable, isn't it? For so many reasons. First of all, we often hear that these days, family elders will turn a blind eye to where their younger relatives are getting money from, as long as the family is benefiting. I know a number of people who are listening to me right now who are saying, that man is an enemy of progress. But I wonder if you think that it is remarkable that this man, if true, did not tell his young niece to go along with the offer, but instead stepped in and protected his young niece. Beyond that, though, we also often hear that our society has become very permissive of corruption in general. It's become cliche to say that people will know corrupt public servants, but will never say anything, will never cooperate with the anti-corruption agencies. So I guess that what I'm asking is, do you think that Mr. Bagudu is an exception? Do you think he's an exception, or is he the norm? 01465 7190 01465 7190 0700 993 993 993 0700 993 993 993. What do you think about this story? And yes, you can still talk about our first story with the Okada ban. I'm Sandra Ezekwesili. If you just tuned in, we're bringing you 3 of the biggest stories of the day so that you are very aware of what's going on in the country. And we are also letting you share your thoughts on those stories. Give us a call on 0700 993 993 993 if you're a man. If you're a woman, call us on 01465 7190. Hello, thank you for calling us. Hello. All right, there's no one there. 99.3. Hello. Thanks for calling. Hello.
Hello, Sandra.
Thank you for calling. What's your name?
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Hello, can you hear me?
I can hear you. What's your name, sir?
Okay, I want to talk about the Okada ban.
Yes, please. Go ahead.
Yeah, maybe I will sound different this time because a lot of people are clamoring for total ban. But sometimes there is one proverb in the Igbo language. There are some things you remove from the meat and before you eat it. See, there's criminality in both in transport, like motor transport and rest of them. But in Okada, it's not exceptional. So what I expect government to do is just to restrict them, enforce from major roads, but not a total ban. Total ban for me, in this kind of harsh condition we are in the country, no matter what anybody can think of it, it's not a right time to do total ban. I know a lot of people, even my own, some of my brothers are feeding out of it. From inner roads, they are operating. And they are eating and feeding well. So when you stop, a lot of graduates are also on the street riding Okada. They are making it, surviving from there. And police PRO coming out and saying that most of them are criminals. If you want to see most of criminals, let him look inward in the police sector. I'm telling you, see, they don't just generalize. All of them are criminals. Yes, there are criminals among them. There's no two ways about it. But you can't generalize all of them. Maybe 10 out of 100, yes. But the truth is that if you want to do the right, if government really want to work, they know what to want to do. I remember those days, Okada used to wear some reflective numbers and rest of them. They don't do all that. Put them in, restrict them from major roads, and give them all the necessary things. Make sure, enforce the law. Not total ban. I'm not in support of total ban, no matter what anybody can think of it. The country is so harsh right now, like to survive, to even eat a meal right now is by God's grace. And everybody clamoring for other states like Northern, you can't compare with Lagos. Even my own state, Enugu State, you can't compare with Lagos State. All those places, total ban can work. But in Lagos State, there are so many non-indigenous in Lagos surviving. The truth is that many people are doing this Okada. Some are criminal. So government needs to do their work and fish out the criminals among them. Thank you, Sandra.
Thank you very much for calling. We've got John in Ibejuleki on the line. Hi, John.
Sandra, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. What do you think? What story do you want to talk about?
I would now comment on both of them.
Okay, go ahead.
The band. I don't know what they are talking about, banding on Okada. Instead of banding the people that are bringing those, because you see those people that ride that Okada, they are not the one that is buying that Okada. Somebody buy it for them. Sometimes you see military with tag. police tag on it.
But if they're not driving it in Lagos, the people who are bringing it in will not bring it in now. Supply and demand.
So let them go after those people that bring those people, carry them with a truck from Kaduna to most of all those places down here.
Okay.
So let them go after all those people and leave banding of Okada. Maybe after 2023, I don't know what they are going to ban again.
Okay.
Concerning which was the next story you talked about.
The Accountant General?
The people that the Accountant General. Sandra, it is well.
It is well.
Why not? I appreciate the man for reporting. But how I wish that every other people will be reporting cases like this. I wish whether Nigeria will be good.
Okay.
I don't know.
All right.
Sandra, thank you.
Thank you very much for calling. We've got Jubril Alabi who's calling us. I wonder where Jubril is calling us from. Hi, Jubril. How you doing? Jubril, are you there? Hello? How you doing? Hello? How you doing? Where are you calling us from?
I'm calling from Alberta, Canada.
All right, welcome. Go ahead.
Hi. Thank you for bringing this line back. We've tried several times. Yeah. Concerning the Okada ban, like personally, I know people that I've worked with even back home in Nigeria that are really good people. That this is what they
Right,
depend
Okada.
on. Yeah, like I've worked with someone in the bank back home, and he, left the bank and was doing the same job, and is doing fine. Like he has kids in the school, and have homes and other businesses, all coming from the source of this Okada business. So what I think is, just like our government, like they jump into a lot of things, like just a lot of conclusions based on whatever, like something happens and quickly they just make a decision, not looking holistically and having, proper, make up their mind on really what the problem is. Okay, for instance, people in bank, there are frauds every day and all that. Do you shut down the bank? No, you don't. Police, every day you hear of harassment and this and that. You don't shut down the police system. So why pick on Okada, for instance? So people can say, yes, they kill people, they do this, they do that. It happens in every other business. You don't shut them down. You look for a real solution and get this problem solved. So that's on my side for the Okada business. And for the corruption thing, like just like I said, it's an endemic thing in Nigeria. It's a big problem. You don't even think, like, when Buhari was coming in, we all thought, okay, yeah, I can remember, like, I practically told my wife, like, you have to vote for this man because this is the solution. And, I don't want to go into politics proper, but still, you can tell that we are not there in terms of, and for the man that reported, like, this guy committed 2 crimes, if you ask me. First, he was trying to seduce a minor. That's a big crime. And coming from a public officer, trusted with those kind of big responsibilities, it should be, if it was here, we won't even be talking about the money. First, we'll talk about that. And that's a big deal.
Yeah.
He's going to jail for that alone.
Yeah.
So then when he's done serving the time for that, then we talk about the money. He goes back to jail again. So he can serve like 100-year term.
Jabril, thank you so much for calling. We appreciate it. Always great to hear from our listeners from outside Nigeria. Thanks for joining us from Canada. 99.3, hello.
Hello, Sandra. How are you?
I'm very well. What's your name?
Yeah, this is Alex.
Go ahead.
Sandra, I'm deeply saddened.
Why?
By the news of the Mr. Bagu or Alaji Bagudu, whatever it is, that reported the AG. You know why?
Why?
We are a country of 200 million people.
Okay.
We have intelligent people in our midst, I have to say, citizens. I'm saddened by the fact that it takes a certain Mr. Bagudu who is displeased. I don't know if you understand the whole structure of Nigeria. It takes just this man to be able to blow a crime of 80 billion naira. Sandra, you're working in a company. How do you feel if that is maybe just a slight misunderstanding with your Megad also, that it will take for the company to find out that what could have saved the lives of over 3 million, 5, 10 million people, even 50 million people is happening in that place. How does it sound? How does it sit with you, Sandra?
Right.
I will leave it there. I don't want to stretch. On the issue of Okada ban, Sandra, this will be the third time I'm mentioning this on your show, that the government of Lagos State should seek to divide Lagos State up into franchises and develop a kind of official means of setting up a transportation system in Lagos. I don't know why Lagos State is not listening. You prefer to work with the NURTWs, the bike men, and all these, I don't want to call them almajiris, whatever they call themselves. Do you understand? Why don't you pass it through an official system so that you will know who is handling the transport in certain areas? There are some things, by now we will not be looking for the people who did it. We would have known. Technology will help us do it. Are they deaf?
Alex, thanks for calling. Let's take a look at our final story. Today, our final story takes us to certain states in the southwest where the army tried to disperse protesting students. Today, it was in OAU, but the students did not budge. Students nationwide are protesting failure of government to resolve issues with ASU and end the strike. But increasingly, the army has been getting involved. Earlier this week, soldiers allegedly shot at students protesting near Akure. These were students from Federal University of Technology Akure, Adekunle Ajasin University, Akungba Koko, and Olusegun Agagu University of Technology, Okitipupa. The students claim that the army allegedly shot at them, destroyed their sound systems, other equipment they were using for the protests. And yesterday, something similar almost happened in Ile-Ife. The OAE students were also out on the streets protesting. The army showed up to disperse them, but the students resisted them. They were able to keep control of their barricade. The official statement from the student union, about 2:30 p.m., some of the barricades mounted were broken by men of the Nigerian army. However, we resisted them at the last barricade, holding them there until the fixed time for our protest lapsed. End quote. Now, here's my very simple question, Lagos, and hopefully you can help me answer that. In light of what happened at Lekki Toll Gate on October 20th, 2020, and given the high tensions in the country at the moment, should the army be the ones interfacing with students? Has the army learned any lessons from the Lekki Toll Gate? Men, call me on 0700-993-993-993. Women, call me on 01465-7190. By Latus Ibrahim says, Sandra, if you stole 80 billion and you were not caught, what really do you want to use the money to do? Buy heaven? Pay off death? Some Nigerians are heartless. We've got Ebi Amber, who says, Accountant General of the Federation, Ahmed Idris, stole 80 billion naira from the National Treasury. It is true that pen robbery is worse than armed robbery. An accountant with his pen can steal more than 100 men with guns. We've got Jonathan Atuvie, who says, most of the Okada on our roads are undocumented because most of them are in surge in crimes. Okay. Because of them, there is surge in crimes. I see. All right, Jonathan, thank you very much for that message. Let me come back to the phone lines. 99.3, hello. Sorry about that. Call us back if you can. 99.3, hello.
Hello, good afternoon, Sandra.
Good afternoon. Why are you calling our number for women?
I'm a woman.
What's your name?
Chidema is my name. Calling from Isolo.
Chidema, welcome. Sorry about that. Go ahead. You have plenty bass in your voice.
Okay, thank you.
Go ahead.
So, Sandra,
Ma?
concerning the Accountant General, it's very, very unfortunate that such people are being given our treasury to handle. Like the caller from the outside country said, that man should first of all go to jail for the attempt to defile the minor.
Yeah.
First of all.
Yeah.
Then after that, they come to talk about the money. I know that it will not work in Nigeria because Nigeria is a country where anything goes. Very soon you will hear they have pardoned him or he paid a so amount to the court and then they granted him bail. But all the same. Now, Sandra, concerning the student protest, Sandra, can you beat a child and ask a child not to cry? That's exactly what the government are doing. They deny the students their rights. And then the students are protesting that they are not sending army to go and shoot them. Repeating the same thing that happened at Lekki is quite unfortunate. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Chidima, for calling us. All right, let me look at Facebook. Let me look at WhatsApp question. Okay, no. You know what? Let me take one more call. I'll take one more call and then I'll go to WhatsApp so that WhatsApp people will not riot. 99.3, hello?
Yeah, good afternoon, Sandra.
Good afternoon, sir. What's your name?
This is Pastor Ladipo calling from Morilegum.
Welcome. Go ahead.
You see, the reason why the army will continue to get involved is because there is no consequences for anything that is being done in this part of the world. That is one. On the issue of this man that they said he stole 80 billion, we should just first of all give that Mr. Bagudu a national award for exposing that man who has the key to the treasury and who has been looting it. Secondly, the man is trying to defile a minor. Harper. That man should be arrested and give infinity jail time. Infinity. Then lastly, on this issue of Okada, you see, if the Okada is not bad, let me tell you, people that are saying that that is how people are feeding from, we will always adjust. We will always find our way. Enough is enough. Till today, my friend is not in good shape because of Okada. Last month, I also lost someone that is dear to me because of Okada.
Oh, I'm sorry.
My dear, I was robbed through these Okada people. Let them be stopped completely. So totally, let them be stopped.
All right. Thank you very much for calling. Don't forget, Lagos, the final quarterfinal match will happen today between David Chukwemeka Edwards and Esther Bewaji, and they'll be talking about salaries. Their topic is governments can be stopped from owing salaries. That conversation will start at 4 o'clock, that final debate, 4 o'clock today. Don't miss it. But on WhatsApp is 080-959-75805. This message says, ban of Okada is just not enough, but clamping down on these terrorist foot soldiers and deporting them to their various countries of Niger, Chad, etc. All right. Again, I will say that they can only deport them if they do not have like residency permits, because again, as an African, you can move across Nigeria if you have across West Africa if you have a passport. If you have the ECOWAS passport, you have the right to move and live anywhere, but you have to be properly documented. So they can only be deported if they are not properly documented. I'm very uncomfortable with anything that sounds like xenophobia, because that's how South Africans sound when they're talking about us in their country. We've got Shayi who said, Sandra, you see how police treated those protesting in Sokoto. See the way they are treating the students protesting here. Okay. It's a very sad omen that those that should be exemplified in our country are the ones enmeshed in various forms of corrupt practices or monumental dimensions. Little wonder Nigeria is where it is in the Committee of Nations. I hope we are not jinxed as a country. Tunde in Marlborough with that message there. Chinedu from Ayobo says, "Ooh, that's a long message." Okay, it's not that long. Chinedu from Ayobo says, I don't believe that most Okada operators are criminals. However, most are northerners, and when the ban was made 2 years ago, they complied. The ban was violated by law enforcement agents picking up passengers in restricted areas, thereby making nonsense of the initial ban. Now, most even operate without license plates right before the authorities. This time around, for the law to be effective, it should be in all areas and must include civilians and law enforcement agents. I am happy that the Accountant General was caught, but most Nigerians will regard Mr. Bagudu as an enemy of progress for blowing the whistle. I commend Mr. Bagudu a great deal. With more people like him, Nigeria will be better. Lagos has had enough time to regulate the motorcycle business, but failed to do it. They left it for so long unregulated until criminals and gangs have infiltrated it, causing a huge security challenge for Lagos State. That's a comment from Chinedu Inayobo. We've got Sandra who says it's a shame that when government and police hear that people want to protest, they do power shows, eye service, example, NSARS. But when we have bandits and co, you won't see security operatives. Even when you see Agbero disturbing the peace, police will disappear. In 2023, Nigerians, shine your eye, oh. Someone says 80 billion naira. That's it. They're just exclaiming 80 billion naira. We've got a message here. Sandra, since Lagos cannot control or identify the Okada, why allow them operate? Lagos state government missed the opportunity of sanitizing Lagos when they banned e-hailing bike services, which the riders are trained and registered. As for the general 80 billion thief, I won't be surprised if one person is caught for stealing trillions after this government is gone. Most corrupt officers are given pension boss Maynard treatment, and some are not even questioned. But when it is Dear Zani, all the media will turn it to an anthem. That's from Chief Uto. Well, was Diazani corrupt? Should the media look away from Diazani because Diazani is from the south? Come on now. We've got a message here from Aladeshelu in Abeokuta who says, the ban of Okada from Lagos city centers is long overdue. The current security situation in the country doesn't support the operation of Okada business in large and strategic cities like Lagos. Another strong point that doesn't also support this is the preponderance of non-Nigerians in the Okada transportation business. The word most and not many used by the Lagos state by the CP in Lagos needs to be properly contextualized. I hope the English language experts will help us out. All right, that's where we're going to leave it. Let's leave it at that. Thank you so much for being a part of today's Big Three. But don't go away because more fun stuff coming your way. Like I said, I beg to differ. The final quarterfinal match is about to happen, and at 5 o'clock I have a presidential aspirant joining me on Hard Facts. I'm Sandra Ezekwesili. Don't go away.
Right after this.
In November, it was time.